Hi, animal communication, 5 mistakes that are easy to make and better options. In this video, I will outline typical mistakes that we can make with animal communication and what to do to avoid them. On the slide here is a picture of Bianca. She's really my animal teacher. She's now with me in her 3rd lifetime. And in point 5 of this video, I will give you a tip on what to do if you think animal communication is just your imagination. And as always, here is my trusty assistant, Artos. He's just played ball, that's why he's panting a bit. Hi, I'm Marinda and welcome to this video. I'm an animal communication coach and I'm author of the book, The Delight Method of Animal Communication. Like you, I just love animals and I'm surrounded by them. Artemis has joined us. Yes, Artie. I believe that we can create a world where humans and animals live in harmony, and I think we can help bring that world closer through animal communication. So the first mistake is editing what you get because it's just too weird. Sometimes I get really weird information from animals. One lady asked me to find out from a horse why a horse didn't like going to the arena and why he was acting so strange once he got into the arena. His answer astonished me. He said that it freaked him out when he stepped on the worms because they went pop. I must say that was so strange that I hesitated quite a bit to give this feedback to his mom. I just couldn't work out how on earth a horse could step on worms in an arena, because in my mind I had, arenas as either being of sand or being grass arenas. So where would the worms come from? It just didn't make sense. But one of the first things I learned about animal communication was that trust what you get. So after quite a bit of dithering, I sent his mom the feedback, and I must say my faith was richly rewarded. His mom let me know that they'd put down wood shavings in the arena, and that the wood shavings were contaminated with grubs, big, fat, white ones. And yes, the grubs did indeed go pop when her horse stepped on them. She confirmed that for me. Ooh. And anyways, this happened early on in my career as an animal communicator, and I actually considered it to be a major breakthrough, because up until that time, I was like wondering, does this stuff, does it really work? And you're always looking for confirmation. Anyways, so if I hadn't given that feedback, if I'd let my doubt get the best of me, then I would have missed out on a wonderful opportunity to get very powerful confirmation that animal communication really works. Anyways, so that was a good one. The better option here, and I've mentioned it briefly, is to trust the process. When I feel uncertain, I simply repeat this to myself. I just say, trust the process. And I don't really say, trust yourself. I know a lot of self-help books that focus on trusting yourself. But in this case, it's more for me about trusting the process. Because I consider myself just to be the conduit for the information from the animal. Like a radio. So, and we don't really see radios going into agonies of self-doubt, do we? So if I consider myself radio, it's just, I'm just passing on the information. It kind of takes the pressure off of me too. And the process, I also see it as something that's outside of myself. It's a thing that's been proven over and over. So I feel that I can really trust that. If you feel it can work for you, just go and say to yourself, I'm a radio. And the benefit from that is all that I have to do is show up, look at the questions, and answer with whatever comes up for me mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually via audio, pictures in my mind, sensations in my body, and so on. But another time I'll go into how we receive the information from the animals. Okay, then another mistake is editing what you get. If you're wondering, does something like that even exist? It's kind of a variation on the theme of things being really weird. So even if something sounds improbable or highly unlikely, just don't edit what you get. It will undermine your faith in yourself and in the process. I went through that when a horse showed me a pair of pink tendon boots, and I was just stumped. I haven't seen a pair of pink tendon boots before, and I thought, oh my, they're going to think I'm crazy or colorblind, whatever. But I resisted the temptation to omit that from the feedback I gave, and lo and behold, the horse's people had actually just bought a pair of pink tendon boots. I think she hadn't even seen it yet. So that was just amazing feedback. Also, I just want to make a side note here. Please note that the research shows that it's very important only to use tendon boots for a very short while. It's got to do with the heat and the ability of the tendons and the skin around it to dissipate the heat. Right, so what's my tip here is don't edit what you get just because you don't believe it. Animals do come up with very interesting, wonderful, and colorful stuff. And if you edit it because what they tell you sounds unrealistic, then you miss that opportunity for verification via feedback. The lesson I learned here was that I could trust the horse, but that I had really lost touch with the fashions in the horse world. Anyway, so the better option is just go with what you get. It's much better to simply report what the animals share with you. And if you just keep going with this process, you'll see after a while that what the animals tell you are actually true, even if it sounds weird. So think about it like that, just trust the animal. Third mistake is editing the information that you get from the animal because it doesn't fit your preconceived ideas. For instance, I had this idea that my horse, Sufi, didn't want to be ridden because I've read so much about physiologically how horses are not really meant to be ridden. But I asked my buddy Mayu to have a conversation with Sufi, and I was completely bowled over when Mayu told me that Sufi actually wanted me to ride her. And the reasons that Sufi gave were just so beautiful. She said she wanted to feel closer to me, and actually that she wanted to feel at one with me, and she thought we could get that feeling if I rode her. It really moved me so deeply. So the better option here is to keep an open and receptive mind and be ready to say, oh, wow, I didn't know that, or wow, what an amazing new insight. I mean, with Sufi, it was really an amazing insight for me. And this is also one of the main reasons I ask other animal communicators to communicate with my animals for me. I do enjoy communicating with my fur geeks on a day-to-day basis, but if I want a new insight, you just can't beat another animal communicator's help if you want those fresh insights. That kind of circumvents your own preconceived notion. And then another pitfall is omitting information because things just sound too familiar. Cats, you know. Sometimes when a cat shows me how much he loves mice, I think, yes, buddy, you and a million other cats. However, I still write it down and report it, and sometimes it has significance for the cat's person. Another example is horses telling me that they don't like bits in their mouths. For the non-horsey people, a bit is the piece of steel that often goes in a horse's mouth. Now, what the horses do is they usually suggest quite politely that their people try bitless bridles or some other alternatives. And it doesn't matter how many times I've heard it or how familiar it sounds, I still report it. Many people give me feedback on how much happier their horses are after going bitless. Now, just imagine I didn't mention it. So, better option, kind of all the time, is simply to report what you get, no matter how many times you've heard it. Any questions? So I'd love to know what questions you have about animal communication. Just type it below in the comments if you like. And there's also a link in the comments below where you can subscribe to my newsletter. And that way you can get notified of more videos like this and other communication that I share. So the fifth mistake is thinking it's your imagination. And it's really easy to think, did I really get that? Or was that just my imagination? But what if our imagination is actually the function through which we communicate with animals? Consider guided meditations. Let's say, for instance, that the meditation guide says, imagine a beautiful forest glade. You sit down in this lovely forest glade. What function do you use? Oh, Artie is wanting a ball. What function do you use to follow the guided meditation? You use your imagination. And that is why animal communication can often feel like it's your imagination, because it is. You're actually using your imagination to receive the answers from the animal. So the better option is, the next time you feel it's your imagination, relax, pat yourself on the shoulder and say, great. Then write down what you got. I hope this was useful to you. So, you know, my mission in life is to make animals happy. And if you'd like to get the free booklet, 5 Magic Ideas to Improve Your Dog's Happiness Now, just click on the link below in the video. I found it in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. And subscribe if you like it, then you can get more information like this. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye.